Today is an exciting day, a day of celebration for Team Etion. Our CEO Teddy Daga is signing an equity partnership deal with Connexus Capital Growth Fund, which is managed by Clive Douglas Investments. Teddy Daga is shaking hands and signing on the dotted line with the CEO of Connexus, Clive Douglas. Let's go in and see what happens.
Okay, welcome you all to signing ceremony today. As Levo said, it's a very exciting time, not just today or in our life today, but in the history of the company. Over the past 5 years, we have been slowly but surely trying to define our strategy and find a niche area in which we can operate as a business. And we think that what we've put forward as a strategy in terms of enhancing humanity through technology in the areas that we operate, the security side and digitize as well as connecting people, underpinned by our original design manufacturing. It's a strategy that has somehow resonated to our new partners who have put a significant investment in our company. And I'd like to thank Douglas Investments for the confidence that they've shown in our strategy. The investment they've put in is quite significant, and we have never had such type of investment in our company from an equity point of view. In fact, in the history of the company, when we put it out with this magnitude. So we're very excited, and we're looking forward to the wisdom that they also bring, because not only have they just put money in our business, they're also going to participate in our board. So thank you very much for the confidence you're showing in our team.
Pleasure. Pleasure. We're very excited ourselves. I think from our part, first of all, when we were first coming across here, we didn't realize how cohesive Etion has become, and also how highly skilled. I remember in the old Parsec days when we used to look at the board manufacturing and that sort of thing, and how advanced it's gone forward and really become something quite special, I think. But it's all about the people at the end of the day. You can have a great skill set, but if people can't translate that into, at the end of the day, revenues, it doesn't really matter how clever the technology is. We believe that the reformation or rearrangement of Etion will pay dividends. We think it's a good restructuring that you've done, and hence the reason that we wanted to participate. We also think, from an investment perspective, that Etion, and we sincerely hope we're right, it's grossly undervalued. It certainly has its value just in terms of what it has, in terms of assets in the form of people, assets in the form of skills, haven't been recognised, and not least of all, its earning capacity is also just not even considered at this stage. We think that will turn out to be a good return at an equity level over time as things take place. We're very grateful to have the chance to share with you.
Thanks for the confidence.
It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Today we're celebrating a milestone that we've never achieved in the history of this company in the past 31 years we've been in business. Over the past 5 years, we have changed our business. We've made some acquisitions, but those acquisitions were designed to create this new business that is going to help us do what we do best, which is to enhance humanity through technology. So we now have a partner who has invested in our company and has given us the funds that would enable us to actually grow our business further. It's very exciting. Also with the fact that you now have an institutional investor in our business, something we've never had since we listed in 2007. It's a good milestone for us.
Why is it important for us to have an equity partner?
Oh, it's a very important thing to have an equity partner. First of all, as a listed company on the JSE, small cap Outdex, we've always had investors that have invested in our business who are equities, who have equity in our company. But this is different because we have an institutional investor that has looked at what we do and is giving us the confidence that we are on the right track in terms of our strategy. For them to buy 14% of our business, that's really telling us that they have confidence in what we do. So it does help us as management and the whole company to say there are people out there who believe we have a good story to tell and we'll be able to grow value for them.
Why should we as Team Etion be happy about this transaction?
Oh, there's a lot of things they should be happy about, but the most important thing is that we now have, as I said earlier, an institutional investor that not only brings funds to us, but also has a huge network in terms of putting us in front of more funders when we need money, but also in terms of when we have to look for business, because they also are involved in other businesses. Already in our discussions with them, they're already putting us in touch with other people in terms of how we can grow our business. So this is something really good for us that is going to put us on the map.
So why did you choose Etion as a good investment opportunity?
Well, the fund we manage, Connexus, is all about investing in private equity, and we always try and find investments that are unique in what they do. In other words, that they can't easily be repeated. I think Etion fits that brief. It's got a very high skill set, which means it's got huge barriers to entry. We always think that as an investor, you make most of your return in the buying, not the selling. So if you can get in at a position that you believe is undervalued, it gives you a lot of headroom as the returns come. We're also patient investors. We don't expect that tomorrow. We realize the company has to grow its earnings, has to prove itself in the marketplace. A lot of that's been done, and there's a lot of good opportunity out there, and we think that will come in time. And I don't think it's going to take years and years, but probably in 2 to 3 years we should see a really good return from the share price, but more based on the company's performance and how it presents itself to the market.
And what is your perception of Etion as a company from where it's been and where we are now post the rebrand?
We originally were involved with the Parsec, what is now called Create, and got to know the people very well, and they really introduced us to Etion, the wider group, and we've been following it for some years. We think it's a very highly skilled company. We think it's unique in South Africa and to an extent in the world, in that it does its own OEM manufacturing on a bespoke basis for various clients. So we like that, but none of these businesses really work unless the people put it together, and we like the people. We've met a lot of the senior people in the business, and I think they seem human and very good at what they do, and very dedicated to what they do, and that's very important in any business. You feel there's a good spirit in the business.
And what does this transaction mean for your clients that you're investing for?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think our clients all want returns. So it goes back to the fact that we're getting in in a undervalued share. But I think it means more than that. I think the clients are aware that the company is highly specialized, that it's in a growing industry, and I think they like that. I think they also, in a funny way, are proud of the fact that it's a South African company. So, but at the end of the day, I think every investor has their eye on returns, and we've promised good returns from Etion, which we have.
So why did you choose Etion?
So Connexus has a couple of key attributes before we make an investment. Our model is very much based on successful partnering with entrepreneurs who've got a track record. We originally came across the original founders of Parsec about 10 years ago. We had a look at their business, and at that point we elected not to invest. And about 3 years ago we came across Teddy when he was doing a roadshow, and we really like what we see. We like the entrepreneurship, we like the management team, and they've also got a very good track record. So I would say that's probably the most important.
Okay.
Secondly, our model is to provide capital for growth, and the Law Trust, the most recent acquisition, was funded partly on loan account and partly on equity. And our capital has gone in to effectively repay the loan account. So it's good. It fits very much in with our model. And then I think broader than that, as part of our DD that we did, we recognize there are a significant number of organic growth opportunities in the business, both individually in terms of business units and as a group as a whole. And those are likely to come on board over the next 2 to 3 years, which fits very much with our timing from an investor perspective.
Yes.
So all of those key characteristics were really what attracted us to invest in Etion.
So what do you think of Etion as an organization?
So we've been very impressed with Etion as an organization. We have seen very many businesses over the years that grow by acquisition, and it's quite difficult to integrate all of those. You've got lots of issues, whether it's people or operational issues. What we have seen is the group as it stands today has got a lot of individually good businesses, but a key focus over the next 18 months is going to be to try and integrate all of those. Both Clive and I come with a little bit of experience in that regard, and we think we can add value at various touch points within the organisation. So I think we like the culture, we like the people, we certainly like the business, and we like the business opportunities. So I think all in all, it should hopefully turn out very well.